September 29. Today's reading, Paul saw Jesus with the eye of faith. Our lesson for today, Hebrews 12, verse 1 through to 2. Therefore we also, since we are surrounded by so great a cloud of witnesses, let us lay aside every weight and the sin which so easily ensnares us, and let us run with endurance the race that is set before us, looking unto Jesus, the author and finisher of our faith, who for the joy that was set before him endured the cross, despising the shame, and has sat down at the right hand of the throne of God. He, Paul, showed how Moses had pointed Israel forward to Christ as that prophet whom they were to hear, how all the prophets had testified of him as God's great remedy for sin, the guiltless one who was to bear the sins of the guilty. He did not find fault with their observance of forms and ceremonies, but showed that while they maintained the ritual service with great exactness, they were rejecting him who was the antitype of all the system. Paul declared that in his unconverted state he had known Christ, not by personal acquaintance, but merely by the conception which he, in common with others, cherished concerning the character and work of the Messiah to come. He had rejected Jesus of Nazareth as an impostor because he did not fulfill this conception. But now Paul's views of Christ and his mission were far more spiritual and exalted, for he had been converted. The apostle asserted that he did not present to them Christ after the flesh. Herod had seen Christ in the days of his humanity. Annas had seen him. Pilate and the priests and rulers had seen him. The Roman soldiers had seen him. But they had not seen him with the eye of faith. They had not seen him as the glorified Redeemer. To apprehend Christ by faith, to have a spiritual knowledge of him, was more to be desired than a personal acquaintance with him as he appeared on the earth. The communion with Christ, which Paul now enjoyed, was more intimate, more enduring than a mere earthly and human companionship. As Paul spoke of what he knew and testified of what he had seen concerning Jesus of Nazareth as the hope of Israel, those who were honestly seeking for truth were convinced. Upon some minds, at least, his words made an impression that was never effaced, but others stubbornly refused to accept the plain testimony of the Scriptures, even when presented to them by one who had the special illumination of the Holy Spirit. They could not refute his arguments, but they refused to accept his conclusions. God bless you as we think on these things. Have a wonderful rest of afternoon. Walk in love.